History will expose you all as fools and useful idiots for the Russians.
Mark Zuckerberg's recent admission that he censored information that he should not have censored, that he took the lead of the FBI, which many of us were talking about at the time. Many people were saying that the Hunter Biden laptop story was being repressed, that it amounted to election interference because it would have made a significant difference in significant states. Many people were deeply concerned, more concerned even than the outcomes and impact of the Hunter Biden laptop story, about what took place during the pandemic, how legitimate scientific voices were censored and controlled, how ordinary people's testimony of adverse events as a result of taking those extraordinary medications was shut down. Well, now Mark Zuckerberg is himself on board with the misinformation because he has acknowledged that deep state interests were guiding his decision, or at least those that work for him at Facebook, when it came to censorship and shutting down posts. Now, I wonder what this admission means. Does it mean, as Charlie Kirk said, that perhaps he's had a look at the way that the wind is blowing, the way that the data is flowing, and realized that he's likely to have to deal with a Republican Trump candidate in just a matter of months, and he might need to get his house in order? Or is it a deeper spiritual transformation? Why don't you guys let me know in the chat what you think? Let's have a look at this Morning Joe clip just to remind us of how furiously and how passionately the legacy media went out to bat for censorship and control, and how they denied that the Hunter Biden laptop story was true. And God, you know how they behaved during the pandemic.
And talk about Facebook having problems and Twitter having problems with a story that even the New York Post knew was a lie. They published a series of lies peddled to them by Rudy Giuliani, who admitted that nobody else would take it but Rupert Murdoch's New York Post, because they might look into it and tell the truth. Here we are in 2020. This is what it's come down to, America. Giuliani is feeding Russian misinformation to Donald Trump and feeding Russian disinformation to the New York Post. They know it's a lie.
Yeah, well,
that's where we are in 2020.
The New York Post
just to let you know that they're still talking to Russians. And by the way, Russian hoax, come on. Really, seriously, history will expose you all as fools and useful idiots for the Russians. It's for 4 years now. For 4 years now, there has been a line from Russian agents into the campaign. It's unbelievable how stupid you think Americans are. How stupid you think Americans are. For you can just say Russian hoax. Seriously? It's the idiocy, the sheer idiocy. You are revealed right now, but you will be revealed throughout history for basically running cover for Russians.
And you've got this computer repair shop owner in Delaware who is a staunch Trump supporter and who peddles in conspiracy theories, and whose shop is thousands of miles away from where Hunter Biden lives. So you've got a lot of questions here. This whole thing smells bad, Joe. I don't think there's a lot of credence. That's why the FBI is questioning not the Bidens, but Rudy Giuliani. And I think the message here, the lesson here, is that if you're going to plan an October surprise, you may want to choose a planner who is not parading around the world with a known Russian secret agent for the last year. Maybe choose a planner that has better peer reviews next time.
So this looks like Russian intelligence. This walks like Russian intelligence. This sounds like Russian intelligence. Every intelligence professional I've been talking to, Mika, says this is a Russian intelligence disinformation campaign. Rudy Giuliani was not fed passively Russian disinformation. He ordered it off the menu.
So do they look into how 2.5 weeks before an election, someone decided to use a tabloid to, in all probability, know that they were smearing a major candidate against a president that this tabloid was supporting, and whether or not that would fall under a criminal investigation leading to some kind of criminal charges?
I wonder why this admission is taking place now. This is a post from Charlie Kirk on the amount of access that Zuckerberg has to data, and this is not likely to be a mea culpa, but just a, oh no, Mia in a lot of trouble if the Republicans win the election in a couple of months. What does Musk have to say? He's simply concerned by the entire affair, and indeed it is concerning. Michael Schellenberger knows all about this, being one of the first Twitter Files journalists to get access to what was going on when it came to the revelations that took place after Musk's own acquisition of the platform, then Twitter, now X, when stories about deep state engagement, meddling and censorship were novel, before we'd had the time to absorb them and accept it as just part of life, before we'd come to terms with the fact that the Supreme Court would back the government as they continue to censor and control true information. Do you imagine for a moment that they're not doing it right now when it comes to stories that might be beneficial to the Kamala campaign or stories that might be detrimental to Trump and this growing alliance with interesting political figures? What does it make you feel when you know that you're consuming a great deal of contaminatory, negative propaganda continually? How do these big tech and in particular social media platforms align with government interests? It seems like a total alignment. Yeah, and people in the Awake and Wonder chat, I'm talking to you, C. Stevens 5, are pointing out that Pavel Durov has just been arrested in France. So it seems in the world of big tech, there's good big tech and there's bad big tech. There's good billionaires and there's bad billionaires. And the continual theme is compliance. If you are willing to amplify the message of the powerful, if you are willing to contribute to their maintenance of their systems of control, you will be okay. But if you oppose them, wherever you sit in the spectrum, you will experience their ire and likely experience what happens when they turn their various institutions against you. But that's just what I think. Why don't you let me know what you think in the comments and the chat? America, we can't continue to bring you this beautiful content without the support of our partners. Listen up. The world is getting more and more unpredictable. Assassination attempts, rumors of civil war, unstable stock markets, and now the looming threat of bird flu. Do you know there's a bird flu summit this October? The first topic on the agenda is mass fatality management planning. Doesn't that send chills down your spine? The good news is this: you don't have to be scared if you're prepared. The wellness company created the Medical Emergency Kit. It's packed with life-saving medications like ivermectin and hydroxychloroquine, antibiotics like amoxicillin and Z-Pak, and it's all backed by experts like Dr. Peter McCulloch, the kind of doctor we all need, the kind of doctor that fought for truth during COVID. This is his product. A few clicks and this kit is delivered directly to your door. Your medical emergency kit isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Protect your family by preparing now. Head over to twc.health/brand and do use the code BRAND to ensure that you get $30 off. Do not wait till it's too late. Act now. Take control and ensure that you're protected against whatever comes next, because you know they got stuff coming next. So that's twc.health/brand and use that code BRAND to save $30. Plus, I can't even believe this, there's free shipping available right now. Hey, thanks for watching. If you want to see more uncensored content where free speech can flourish, join our live stream. Click the link right here to watch the next video if you want to, or become a member of a growing movement. Download the Rumble app and you'll be informed every time we make a new piece of content. Stay free.